Hey whales, good morning. Happy Monday. It's June the 23rd. Let's recap the markets and go over Tesla. Okay, so with that said, let's jump into Tesla, guys, overall. So, as you guys know from my past videos, right, we have a wave 2 that got put in. Looking for a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in blue to finish off all of a wave 1 sequence. Looking for a W, X, Y for a wave 2 as the primary path. Now, surprise, wave 2 can be in. This could be the low. I do see 3 waves in. So if that happens, we'll take the alternate path towards those highs. Okay, but for now, we'll call the more bearish path just because of a few things. The first thing is that if I take a look at the S&P 500 here, right, we did get some bearish divergences forming on the daily time frame from the 3, 4, 5, right? So we're looking for the S&P either, the 4 is already in, or we have one more lower for this blue 4 to head one more higher for all of a wave 1, then a larger ABC correction for a wave 2. Okay, so that's sort of what the markets are showing me as of right now. And if you take a look, right, when the S&P does bounce from this wave 4 to the wave 5, okay, now the question is going to be, is Tesla on that bounce going to stop here, okay, around like that 340, 350 mark, or can it start a new impulsive structure with that alternative path and go higher, closer to 400? So we just don't know yet, guys. Okay, so if, worst case scenario, when the S&P 500 makes a new high, right, we'll get sort of this on Tesla, and then when the S&P does that correction, larger correction, we'll get the X to the Y wave on Tesla. So if you take a look again, right, ABC coming down for the S&P 500 would correlate with this ABC correction on Tesla for that wave 2. All right. Now, some things to keep note of is the S&P seasonality index. So you can see typically in June, guys, right, in June, the last 2 weeks in June is historically bearish. So, we're going to expect that. We're going to, make sure we keep our risks in order. But look at July. This is when the pump starts. So we want to position ourselves anywhere between the 25th of June to the 5th of July is where I'm trying to figure out if we can get that bottom in for that wave 4 in blue, right? So we're looking for that wave 4 in blue bottom here. So let's see how everything sort of plays out. I'm still bullish on Tesla. What am I going to do moving forward? Well, there are major key levels to keep a lookout for. So if Tesla does come down to 297, that's a buy. If it comes down to 259 to 236, this is a buy. If you want to play it more so on the smaller time frames, let's take a look on the 30-minute time frame here on Tesla. So, right, since this is sort of like a triangle here, we actually went long right here at 320. Right here, right? And we'll take profits at 336 to 334. We already hit the raise our stop loss right at 324. So our stop loss was here. We've raised it to entry price now. So we're risk free. So we're looking for Tesla to 336 to 344. Right. So let's see how things play out. But overall, if Tesla does break lower, you do have these levels to keep a lookout for 297 and 259. So have your cash ready in case we do get a bearish break on the last 2 weeks of June here. Okay, but overall, still bullish. I'm only looking for long positions. And ultimately, our target for Tesla is around that $400 to $463 mark in the future. Okay, this is what I'm looking at as long as this invalidation level can hold. Okay, talk to you guys soon. Have a great rest of your Monday. See ya.